Parents paid thousands to cheat the system. I exposed them all. It started when my kid came home crying, clutching a suspension slip for unauthorized possession of testing material. He told me through tears that his teacher said he wasn't private school material and that some kids were just born with better chances. He swore he got the test sheet from a kid named Tanner, who got it from someone in the office. At first, I thought it was just a dumb playground rumor, until another parent confided that her daughter had mysteriously been dropped from the honor roll and told not to make a fuss. I brought it up at the next parent forum, just asked a few calm, curious questions about academic fairness, and Principal Hardwick smiled like I'd asked about the weather. "I think it's best if parents focus on things they understand," he said. I smiled and made him believe I let it go. Afterward, I started looking deeper. Over the next few weeks, I kept hearing the same names: students whose grades were never questioned, who got out of classes for vague counseling, and parents who seemed unusually informed about internal curriculum changes. Then a teacher anonymously sent me an encrypted folder filled with emails, spreadsheets, and recorded Zoom calls. What I saw made my blood run cold. Principal Hardwick was selling confidential student information to parents: grades, learning disabilities, disciplinary notes, even which teachers were soft graders. Parents were paying for tailored academic pathways, buying their kids access to advanced programs, pre-tests, rewritten evaluations, and detailed performance analytics. One document was a pricing sheet: $500 for test profiles, $1,000 for a custom learning plan rewrite, $2,500 for full application packages. The worst part? He actively blocked kids from progressing if their parents were poor or refused to pay. I didn't want to go nuclear, but there was no choice. I requested a one-on-one with Hardwick, posing as a potential donor. He was smug the entire time. "We like to help families position their children for success," he said. I had my phone recording and played dumb, asked about options for improving my son's trajectory. "That depends on what you're willing to invest," he said. And then he leaned forward and said something I'll never forget. "We don't punish ambition here. We reward investment." I got it all. The next Board of Trustees meeting, I walked in with a hard drive and a printed dossier. I introduced myself calmly, and with a smile I said, "I audit systems for a living: financial, educational, legal, but I never thought I'd have to audit my own son's school." One trustee tried to cut me off to schedule it to a private meeting instead. That's when Hardwick scoffed. "We don't need an angry parent's opinion derailing our agenda." I looked at him and said, "Good," because I didn't bring opinions. I brought legally recorded evidence. I paused, then asked the board, "Before I begin, what's the going rate these days for a child's future? Because I think I saw $2,500 next to my son's name." Then I played the audio. I showed the payment trails, then pulled up a slide and read it out loud. "She's expendable. Her parents shop at Goodwill." You could hear people shift in their seats. Hardwick stood up, stammered something about enrichment opportunities, until I cut him off. "Number you called a child expendable because her family couldn't pay you off." He paled. He didn't say another word. He didn't have to. He was removed from his position within 48 hours. A state investigation opened. The school issued a public apology. I never wanted to be a whistleblower, but when your son looks you in the eye and asks why kids like him always get left behind, you realize silence is betrayal. My son got his name cleared, but more importantly, he said, "You made them listen, Dad," and that was worth everything.